Hi, my name is Lindsay, and today I'm going to guide you through a 60-minute Vinyasa flow class. Practice is for you, so do what you need to modify for your body. Use props, blocks, blankets as you need. I'll give some suggestions, but feel free to make your own modifications that feel good on your body. Today's class is inspired by the theme of fall grounding. In the fall season, we tend to have an excess of vata energy, which creates an kind of unsettled, nervous energy in a lot of people. To combat the ether and the air elements of vata, we want to try to use a little bit more grounding earth energy to calm our nervous system through our practice. Today, let's start with a three-part breathing series. We'll do several breaths focused on the lower belly and the lower back. Then we'll move to the ribs. We'll take our hands to the sides of the ribs for that. And then we'll add in the chest, hands to the sternum. So I'll guide you through where to place your hands. We're breathing in through the nose and we're exhaling out through the mouth. Just a nice, slow, steady breath. I'll guide you through, but feel free to make any adjustments that feel right on the tempo of breathing for your body today. Beginning with your hands on your low belly, you can close your eyes or take a downward gaze. Just tap into your breathing, start to notice your breath. Notice how the breath is naturally coming into the body, what parts of the torso are filling up. And as you exhale, noticing where the exhale is coming from, what parts of your body are feeling that release. Start to guide the breath into the lower belly and the back, feeling the breath go to the lower hands. Inhaling in through the nose, full, big, deep breath. Holding for a moment at the top, and then full exhale through the mouth, letting it release. Feeling the hands and the back deflate. Inhaling, filling up the low belly. Holding at the top, and exhaling, gently releasing. Holding for a moment at the bottom. 3 more into the low belly breath. Inhaling in. Holding. And exhaling out through the mouth and emptying. Seeing if you can bring more breath, more space into that low spine. Inhaling in through the nose. Holding. Exhaling through the mouth and releasing. One more into that low belly, feeling the breath go into those hands. Inhaling in. Holding. And exhaling out through the mouth, releasing. Moving the hands up to the sides of the ribs. Inhale, expanding into those hands, into the ribs. And exhaling through the mouth, letting it go. As you breathe into the ribs, we're also breathing into the low belly where we started. And exhaling out. 3 more rounds, focusing on the ribs expanding. Inhaling through the nose. Holding. Exhaling out through the mouth. 2 more. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release. Last one, focusing on the ribs. Inhaling in, expanding as much as you can. And exhaling, releasing fully. Moving the hands up to the heart. Inhaling, expanding the chest. And exhaling, releasing. As you're doing this, making sure you're still filling up the belly, you're still filling up the ribs and the chest. And exhale, release. 3 more here. Full breath in. Full breath out. 2 more big breaths here. Expanding the heart, expanding the ribs, expanding the belly. Emptying it all. 1 more here. Expanding the chest, the ribs, the belly. And exhaling, releasing it all out. Let the hands relax your thighs. Let your breath go back to a normal rhythm. We're going to recross your legs other way here and begin with a seated cat-cow action. So you can really use the knees here to help with this stability. And inhale, heart forward, hips back, gaze up. And exhale, tuck under, pull back, rounding through the spine, finding that cat. Inhaling forward, you can bend the elbows, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And exhaling, pulling back, rounding, tucking under, belly button back. Let's do 1 more round here. Inhaling, heart forward, gaze up. And exhaling, pulling back, rounding, curving. Let's take this into a circle here. The ribs go front, side, and back, tucking under. Other side and bringing it forward. Keep going in that same direction, going around, feeling the sits bones into the floor. And then go ahead and reverse that, really stirring the ribs into a nice big circle. And 1 more that direction. Good. Let's stack the bones. Inhaling, reaching those arms up, gaze up. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind you. Find a spiral here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, gently twist, looking over the back shoulder. Again, inhaling, elongating through the back. Exhaling, rooting into the floor. 1 more breath on this side. And coming back to center, inhale, arms up. Exhale, open into cactus, feeling that heart open. 1 more, inhale up. Exhale, twisting the other way. Left hand to right knee, right fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, gentle twist, maybe looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, elongate. Exhale, spiraling. 1 more here, just noticing the difference between the sides of the back in this twist. And gently untwist, lifting those arms up. This time, exhale, left hand to the floor, right arm side bend up and over. You can keep going. Maybe the forearm goes down if you have space there. Trying to keep both sits bones on the floor, so it's tempting to lean off here. Try to keep yourself rooted into the floor so you get a nice stretch from the base of the spine through the fingertips. Inhaling, exhaling, lengthening. And inhale, tall through center. Exhale, right hand down, up and over, stretching the left side of the body. Breathing here. Inhale. And exhale, and noticing if one side has more or less mobility than the other. No judgment, just being aware how the body is feeling. 1 more breath where you are. And bring yourself upright. We're going to switch across the legs. 1 more time, repeat that series from the cat-cow, this time flowing just a little bit more fluidly through it. You know what's coming. Inhale, heart forward, gaze up, hips back. Exhale, round and curve. 2 more. Inhale, heart up, hips back. Exhale, and round and curve. Last one like that. Inhale, heart up, hips back. And exhale, round and curve. Starting the circle, maybe reversing which direction you start. Ribs going front, side, back, other side. 1 more time, that first circle. Trying to see if you can create a little bit more space. And go ahead, reversing the ribs, circle the other way, allowing the hips and the head to follow with the circle. Bringing it to center, inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, this time, left hand to the right knee, right fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, gentle twist, looking over the back shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale, lengthen tall. Exhale, creating space as you rotate through the spine. Inhale through center. Exhale, cactus, elbows back and open. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand to the left knee. Left fingertips behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhaling back through center. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Left side body stretch. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, reach further. This time we're going to turn and face the knee here. You can either frame the knee with the hands or you can hold on to that knee if that feels good, allowing the forehead to drop to the knee. Ideally, we're feeling a little stretch across the back side of the body into this twist. You might feel it hips, legs, just see where you feel this stretch. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. Lifting up through center one more time. Exhaling, left hand to the mat, right arm up and over. Feel that side bend, stretch, opening side of the body. On the exhale this time, we're going to turn and face the knee on this side, framing the hands to either side of the knee, dropping your forehead and breathing into the back side of the body. Maybe you hold on to the knee if that feels good, trying to keep the sits bones grounded into your mat. One more breath here. And exhale, rising to center, taking the soles of the feet together. You can choose if you want the heels closer or further away from your hips. You can bounce the knees a couple times, just inhaling, heart up. And exhaling, leaning forward as far as you have today, maybe pressing elbows into the knees. If it feels good, you can round forward. Just first, really open position for the hips here, just feeling where you're getting stretch or resistance here. One more breath here. And gently roll on up. Let's make our way into all fours. So we already did our seated cat-cows. We're moving into our kneeling cat-cows. Feel free to use a blanket under the knees if you have sensitive knees. Today we're going to inhale with the feet flexing, arching up into that cow. And exhaling, point the feet round the back, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, tucking under. And continuing just your own breath. So you're listening to your breath, letting your breath guide you through this. Exhaling, round. Do a few more rounds wherever you are, trying to create a little bit more space, a little bit more opening, more connection to the breath. Finishing up your last round of the straightforward cat-cow. And then just like we did seated, let's take the head and the hips in a circle. And this can be whatever feels good to you, circling a couple times the first direction, just getting a little bit more movement into the torso, into the head and the hips. And then go ahead and reverse that a couple times the other way. And go ahead, sit back, child's pose. Let the knees go wide. Walk the hands out in front and breathe. Give yourself a moment of rest here. Inhaling into the back side of the body. Exhaling, feeling the fronts of the hips crease. Feeling your energy really surrender into the mat here. Let's go ahead and engage through the arms. Coming up to the pads of the fingertips, walk the fingertips over to the right diagonal. Maybe place those palms down, maybe even place the left hand on top of the right hand. And feeling a nice opening in the left side of the body. Breathing here, inhaling. Exhaling, feeling the front of the body ground into the thigh. Front of the hip is creasing. Side body lengthening. Walk those hands through center, really engaging the arms here, and then walking all the way over to that left side. Maybe the palms go down, maybe the right hand goes on top of the left. Breathing here, inhaling. Exhaling. Noticing the difference between the sides. Noticing where the breath goes into the body. Circling back to that breath that we started in the beginning of class. Can you expand all three parts of the torso? Let's walk back to center. Engage the muscles, bring yourself back to all fours, and lengthen the spine. From here, we're going to turn the left toes to the side of the mat, the right leg to the back of the mat, and find a kneeling side plank here. So we're feeling the pads of the fingers press into the mat, the top arm reaching in opposition. So we're feeling a nice straight, long line from arm to arm. Maybe you lift that top leg and feel the heat start to build in the body a little bit more. Reaching and breathing. Good. Try to keep the upper body where it's at. Step your right foot to the front of the mat. Parallel the back leg. Tuck the back toe and stretch the back leg. You're in a revolved low lunge here. Option to look to the sky. Really trying to feel energy through the back heel, the back knee. Breathing here. A couple more breaths. Inhaling. Exhaling. Option to stay here, or if you want to take an extra quad stretch, you can gently drop the back knee, reach back with that right hand, catch the back foot, see if you can pull the heel towards you. Squeezing your hips forward and down so we're getting a nice opening in the front of that left hip, left quad. And then go ahead, gently release from wherever you are. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Take the knees back underneath the hips. We'll take that on the other side. Right foot goes to the side of the mat. Left foot goes to the back of the mat. Left arm reaches high, finding that kneeling side plank. Just start to feel that bottom hand really grounded into your mat. Top arm reaching in opposition. Maybe we lift that top leg to heat up the body a little bit more. And breathe here, lots of energy. One more breath here. From wherever you are, you're going to step the left foot to the front of the mat. Take that right leg to the back of the mat, tuck the back toe, stretch the back leg, revolved low lunge. Option to look to the floor or to the ceiling. Feeling the back knee really stretched, feeling the front of that right hip open, the right knee fully engaged into a straight, long line. Again, same option here. You can hold this a little longer, or you can drop the back knee to the mat. If you're ready for that quad stretch, you can reach for that back foot with the left hand and see if maybe you can pull that heel towards the hips more, making sure to keep the hips moving forward and down so the weight is more in the front foot than the back knee. Breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath wherever you are. Go ahead, plant the hands under the shoulders. This time we're stepping into a full plank here. Hands are under the shoulders. Feet are a little bit apart. Option to always drop down to the knees if you need. If you ever need in class, just take this position instead of a full plank to help support the body wherever you are today. And breathing where you are, just feeling the body heat up, feeling the muscles of the glutes engage, the abdominals lift, the shoulders supporting your body. On your next exhale, lift those hips, find your first down dog of the day. This is for you, so go ahead, just do anything that feels good here. You can shift the weight forward and back. You can paddle through the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Just give yourself a couple movements here to really settle that body into this positioning. Once you're ready, let the heels settle down. Let the knees become more straight. Feel the palms press into the mat. The chest press back. The hips lift high. And give yourself two more big breaths here. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling. One more breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Walking the feet to the front of the mat, find a forward fold, really bend the knees today. Allow your torso to sink against the thighs. You can reach for opposite elbows and just let the gravity pull your torso long. Let's release the arms and find your way up to standing. Staying at the front of the mat, we're going into a chair pose here. So your option if you have the feet hips distance, or if you like the big toes touching in a narrower stance, your choice where you take this chair today. We're going to begin with the hands in prayer for this first round. Go ahead, sit the weight back into the heels. We're sitting into that chair pose. See if you can lift the toes off. So we're really challenging those thighs to stay low, the heart to lift high here, and breathing into this. Big inhale, exhale, feeling the belly button knit towards the spine. And engage root to rise, pressing the feet down, squeezing the butt, keeping the hands in prayer. Finding yourself really tall and proud. We're shifting the weight into the left foot and finding a tree pose. Now, you might just take this with the foot on the floor, taking the right heel off and opening the knee. This is as far as you want to take this. It's totally fine. If you want to start to go higher, you can take that foot to the lower leg, maybe a little higher. Maybe even help yourself pull it all the way up into the inner thigh here. Staying in prayer here today for your tree pose, feeling this sternum open, the back muscles wide, breathing here and just feeling what it is to stand on one leg today for you. Noticing any wobbles in the supporting leg. Trees wobble. Trees are not meant to be perfectly still. They're meant to sway in the wind. So your body is the same situation in this pose. Allow yourself to do that. You're going to continue in chair for another breath. And then we're taking it into single leg Tadasana, keeping the hands in prayer today for this first round. And just finding the hips even. The leg is now parallel. Foot can stay flexed. From here, just notice how the hips are fully even. Shoulders are level to the floor as well. We're taking this into your warrior three. Continue with the hands in prayer for this first set. You're going to drive that foot back behind you. Hinge the torso forward and reach here. Breathe. Go ahead, bend the front knee, take the back foot down to the mat. Sweep those arms up and find your crescent lunge. Right leg is back. From here, we're just breathing, finding the length, trying to feel the lift of the core, knit the ribs together, and shine the hips, the shoulders to the front of the mat. Give yourself one more breath here. And on the exhale, let's take a flow. Hands to the mat, stepping back to the plank. Again, like I said earlier, you're welcome to drop to the knees. We're taking chaturanga if that is available today. Hugging the elbows into the side, inhaling to an up dog or a cobra, and exhaling to a down dog. Walking forward to the front of the mat, we'll repeat that same series on the other side, coming up to standing, sweeping those arms up, and then back down to prayer. Sitting down into your chair pose, making sure we can lift the toes off the mat so we're really keeping the weight sitting back into the heels, belly button pulling in, feeling the muscles engage. Again, you know your options here. Feet could be together or a little bit apart. One more breath, feeling the heat in the thighs. Press the feet into the floor, squeeze the butt, find yourself up to standing. Again, we're going into a tree pose second side. Your options, left foot can come off and the knee can open. If you want that foot tries to go to the lower leg, maybe a little higher, maybe even use a hand to guide it all the way up. See where you are on this side and notice the sides might feel different, and that's okay. One side might be easier to balance on, and just breathe where you are. Actively pushing those palms together, seeing how the elbows can be really wide here to help the back muscles fire into this posture. We'll stay with the hands in prayer a little bit longer. Breathing here. Feeling the sole of the foot pressing into the leg if you've chosen that option. Go ahead, parallel the leg to a single leg Tadasana. So the leg is parallel, feeling the hips and shoulders level here. Again, we're going to continue here into our warrior three with our hands in prayer for this first round. Go ahead, bow the chest forward as you shoot the leg back behind you, keeping the length from the top of the head out through the sole of the foot. Give yourself a breath in that warrior three and bend your standing leg. Step your back foot down. Sweep those arms up. Find that crescent lunge second side. Again, we're trying to keep the shoulders and the hips shining to the front of the mat. It's a nice parallel pelvis, lifting the abdominals up so we're feeling elongating space through our torso. Breathing here for another breath. Inhale. And exhale, hands down, step back, flow. Taking plank, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. We're going to repeat this series one more time with a couple slight changes, but we'll flow a little faster. Walk to the front of the mat. Inhale up to standing. Arms sweep up by the ears. Sitting back to chair, arms up this time. Breathing here, sitting a little bit lower. Inhaling in. Exhaling, deepening. One more breath in chair. Exhale, root to rise, feet down, hips squeeze tall. This time, full Tadasana with the arms down. Let's externally rotate the palms forwards. We're feeling a nice proud stance here. Chest is open. Maybe we even rise up to the balls of the feet here, taking those heels gently off the mat for a moment. See if you can engage the legs fully. Gently lowering down, shifting the weight into the left foot, bringing the hands into prayer. Finding your version of that tree pose. Stepping that foot up as high as you want to take that. Again, using the hand to guide it higher if you would like. From here, you're going to stay in your tree pose, keeping the hands pressing together. Take those arms up overhead, pressing the palms, feeling more space. So now we're a little longer, a little taller through this positioning. Inhaling, exhaling, separate the palms, parallel the leg, take your leg into a single leg Tadasana. This time, those arms stay up overhead. Going into your warrior three, this time we're shooting the arms back with the leg, taking the arms and the leg back to the back of the mat, everything staying parallel. If you feel good here, maybe you sweep the arms to the front, take your longest position. One more breath, warrior three, bend your front knee, step down, find that crescent lunge, breathe here, inhale. Exhale, opening that left arm, taking the spiral, open spiral here, breathing, maybe sinking deeper. One more breath. On the exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat, step back, plank. We'll repeat one more time, other side, chaturanga. Up dog, and down dog. Walking forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, sitting back into your chair pose one final time today. Breathing here, maybe the toes come off. Breathe. Two more slow breaths here. And on the exhale, squeeze the booty, press the feet to the floor, stand up to Tadasana again, palms facing forward. Finding that proud, strong stance, feeling the feet grounded into the floor, the top of the head, rising up in opposition. From here, we'll bring the hands into prayer, pressing the palms together, shifting the weight into the right foot, opening that left knee, tree pose, low or high. See where you are on this side. Allow yourself to settle in if you feel ready. Taking those arms up, keeping the palms pressing together. Again, the sides may not be symmetrical, and that's okay. Meeting your body where it's at today. Continuing here. Separate the hands. Parallel that left leg. Single leg Tadasana. We're going to go ahead, shoot the arms and that leg back. Warrior three here. Taking it fully parallel to the floor if you can. If you're here and you feel good, sweep those arms to the front of the mat. Bend your standing leg. Stepping up, stepping down into that crescent lunge. Focus up. Give yourself a nice big inhale. Exhale, right arm sweeps open, finding that open lunge pose here. Give yourself another breath. On the exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat. Step back plank and flow. Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. From here, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. Roll the back heel down and inhale up, finding warrior one. From here, we're going to feel the shoulders and the heart shine to the front of the mat. The back foot is on a diagonal, so you're letting that heel roll down. The front knee trying to bend over the front ankle and breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Let's drop your arms by your side and release the fingers behind the hips. Clasp your hands, trying to pull the heels towards one another. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Give yourself a moment of heart opening here. And then we're bowing forward, chest to the front thigh. Humble warrior, lifting those arms. If you can, you're looking under the body and looking back at that back foot. Breathing here. Giving yourself one more breath. Releasing the hands, framing the sides of the foot. Now again, you can use blocks whenever you need here at any level. Straighten the front leg and find pyramid pose. Letting the head relax down here. And breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Give yourself one more moment to feel this position. Bend your front knee. Shift your weight forward. Hands on the floor or on blocks. Lifting your leg into a standing split or a standing L position. See where that is today. Option to take the right hand behind the calf. Inhale, step back plank. We'll flow to the other side. Chaturanga down. Inhale, dog. Exhale, down dog. Stepping that left foot forward to the front of the mat. Rolling the back heel down. Inhale, lifting the torso. Finding warrior one. Second side. Again, shoulders and heart shining to the front of the mat. Abdominals picked up. Back leg straight and front leg bent. From here, dropping your arms by your side, interlacing the fingers behind the hips, clasping your hands. Pulling the heels of the hands together, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze, finding a chest opener, heart opener. On your next exhale, bow your chest forward to the front thigh. Let the arms lift, finding a humble warrior. Maybe even drop the head and look to the back foot. Breathe here. Feeling the front hip crease. Gently release the hands to either side of the foot, framing the foot. Hands on the floor or on blocks. We'll straighten the front leg, find pyramid pose, dropping the torso as far as you want to take that, and breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Giving yourself a couple more breaths here. Allowing gravity to take your torso closer to your thigh. Let's bend the front knee. Hands with or without blocks. Come forward, push off. Finding standing split. Your choice if you want a flexed foot or pointed foot. And we'll go ahead and take the left hand behind the calf if that's available. One more breath here. Stepping back plank. We'll flow through that series without stopping this time. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Right foot steps forward, back heel rolls down. Find warrior one. Dropping the arms by the side, pulling the knuckles back. Finding that heart opener. Bowing forward, humble warrior, arms lift. Dropping your arms either side of the foot. Stretching the front leg, pyramid pose. Bend your front knee, shift forward, lift up, standing split, and then step back plank. One more time, left side through that. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Left foot steps forward, right heel rolls down. Inhale, warrior one. Dropping your arms by your side, interlacing fingers behind your hips, clasping hands, lifting heart, lifting gaze. Bowing forward, humble warrior. Chest down, arms high. Release the hands. Straighten the front leg. Pyramid pose. Breathe here. Bend your front knee. Shift forward. Come to standing split or standing L. Step back plank. And flow. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Let's go ahead, step forward with that right foot again. Roll the back heel down. Inhale, lift up. Find your warrior two. We're going to go ahead, stay here. Feel expansion. Fingertips reaching away from fingertips. Making sure the ribs stacked over the hips. The front knee is bending over that front ankle. We'll take a big inhale. And on the exhale, right forearm to the front thigh. Left arm sweeps by the ear. Maybe you look towards the top arm, finding that extended side angle. Trying to feel that back foot, back left blade of the foot, rooted into the floor. Energy going all the way from the foot to the left fingertips. Pressing weight into that front foot. Inhale, lift back up to warrior two. Take an inhale, exhale, reverse your warrior. Option to wrap the arm around kind of back. Maybe that left hand reaches for that right hip. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Lifting back up, warrior two. Taking the toes to the side of the mat. Parallel feet. Reaching out into that star pose. Really finding lots of expansion through the whole body. Into the floor, out through the fingertips. And then turn the toes out to the side of the mat. We'll sit down into a goddess pose. Toes are wide. Today, I want you to have the hands or the forearms on either thigh here. And just breathe where you are. Take a moment to shift a little side to side. If you like, hands or forearms down, press the right shoulder forward, look back. Press the left shoulder forward and look gently over the back. Coming back through center, turning to the front of the mat, planting the hands, stepping the feet back, flowing to the other side. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Stepping forward, left foot. Finding your warrior two. Feeling shoulders, ribs, and hips aligned. Fingertips reaching in opposition. Lengthening here. Inhaling. Exhale, left forearm to the front thigh. Right arm sweeps by the ears. Looking here, looking up towards the sky. And breathe here. Extended side angle. Feeling the back blade of the foot rooted into the mat. And an energy line from the ground all the way up to the right fingertips. From here, pressing into the floor. Inhale, lifting up to warrior two. Inhale, exhale, reverse the warrior. Finding that reach through the body. Maybe you rock the right arm around behind the back. Reaching right hand towards the left hip. Breathing here. Inhale, lifting up, warrior two. Turning toes to the side of the mat, finding star pose. Reaching out, finding lots of space. And then turning the toes out to the side, sitting down into that goddess pose. Seeing if you can find a little bit more space this time. Maybe you choose a different option. Maybe it's forearms down, maybe it's hands down. This time, left shoulder can press forward. Looking back. Right shoulder can press forward. Looking back. Pressing into the floor. Turning to the front of the mat, planting the hands down, stepping back plank. We're going to flow through that series one final time, this time with no stopping. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right foot steps forward, back heel rolls down. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, side bend. Extended side angle, forearm to the front thigh. Inhale, lift up. Inhale. Exhale, side bending towards your back leg. Maybe wrapping the arm for reverse warrior. From here, go right into your plank again. Windmill the hands down. Step back plank. Flowing chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Last standing series, left foot steps forward, roll the right heel down. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, forearm down. Extended side angle. Inhale, lifting up, warrior two. Exhale, side bend towards your back leg. Reverse warrior, maybe wrapping the arm. On your next exhale, windmill the hands down to the mat. Step back plank and flow. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Go ahead and walk your hands and your feet together. Walk the feet a little wider than those hands. And squat yourself down into a Vinyasa. Now, this can be used with blocks under the hips, blanket underneath the heels if you need. We're going to start with just the hands in prayer and start to cool that body down. You're feeling it opening in the hips here, lengthening in the back. Maybe you're pressing the elbows into the thighs and feeling the heart open. If you feel good here and you want to take the spirals, Right hand goes down, fingertips down. Left arm reaches on the diagonal, pressing right arm into the right thigh. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back through center. Recenter the spine. If you're taking the spirals, left fingertips go down. Right arm reaches high diagonal. Pressing left arm into that right thigh. Left arm into the left thigh, that is. And spiral. Exhale. Bringing it back to center. Go ahead, shifting into your hands, extending that left leg out to the side. Sitting down low. Now again, your heel may not be on the ground. You can always slide a blanket under there, or you can just be up on the ball of the foot. See where you are today. You can be in prayer. You can have hands on the floor, the mat. If you like, we can do that spiral here again. Right fingertips down. Left arm opens, finding that spiral. Inhale. Exhale. Gently planting the hands, shifting the weight to the other side, however you have today. Again, finding your version of this. Maybe hands to prayer. Maybe you take that spiral, left fingertips down, and widening that left arm on the high diagonal. Breathing here. Exhale. Bringing it back through center and gracefully finding your way down to a seat here. We're going to do a seated tree pose. So go ahead, extend your right leg long, pull your left foot in, just like we did in our standing tree today. We're going to start by turning sideways. So we'll rotate the torso towards our left bent knee, and then side bend towards that right leg, and breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Trying to feel the hips grounded into the mat, and breathe. Giving yourself one more big breath here, maybe deepening. And then lifting the torso up, turning and squaring the shoulders off to face that right leg. Sweep those arms up and exhale, forward fold over that leg. Dropping the head if that feels available. Inhale and exhale. Trying to feel gravity. Take your spine longer and lower into the stretch. Breathing here. Noticing where your mind wanders when there's any intensity in a stretch. See if you can use that exhale to give yourself another moment to release another layer of tension. And gently walk up. Switching the same stretch to the other side. So the left leg will go long. The right leg will bend in. So you're in your seated tree pose. Turn and face that bent right knee. Take a big inhale and exhale, side bending towards the straight leg. Right arm long. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Noticing the difference between the sides. One side might feel more accessible than the other, or just different. One more breath here, expanding the ribs. And exhale, finding your way back up to seated. You're going to square your shoulders off towards that straight left leg. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take the forward fold. Allowing the head to drop forward if that feels available. And breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Again, noticing the difference between the sides. No judgment, just being aware of where you feel a stretch on one side versus the other side. Being more in tune with what's going on in your body and your muscles. Giving yourself acceptance and noticing if one side needs a little more attention than the other. And that's perfectly fine. One more breath where you are. And then gently find your way back up to seated. We're going to stretch both legs out for the staff pose today. Just relax those toes. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Now from here, you're welcome to just relax. If you're wanting a little deeper stretch, you can take 1 or 2 blocks underneath the feet and reach for the other side of the blocks. Totally optional. You do not have to do that. And breathe here, wherever you are. Knees do not have to be perfectly straight to get a stretch in the back of the legs. So you can have a soft bend here. This is more about lengthening the back side of the body. Inhale. And exhale. Continue to soften the fronts of the hips. Relax the tops of the thighs. Nothing is engaged here. Two more slow breaths. And then gently roll yourself on up. Let's find our way back onto all fours. We'll finish with a little hip opening sequence. Starting with the right foot to the outside of the hands. We're going for a lizard pose, so that front leg could be nice and turned out here. You're welcome to stay right here. If you like, you can go down to the forearms, maybe drop the head. If you need at any point, you can use blocks underneath the hands to lift the floor a little higher. And just breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. Noticing if any shifts of weight help you release, or if you want to just hold and focus on the breath. Give yourself another couple breaths in lizard. And let's transition into your half pigeon. So if you're on the hands, go ahead, walk the hands up. Now we're going to walk the right foot, just heel to that foot all the way over towards that left wrist. Lower that shin bone down, keeping the front foot flexed. We'll go ahead, square off the hips as much as possible. Create space in the low spine, and then relax forward as far as you want to take that. Now, if this is ever too much of a stretch, you're always welcome to lay on your back, ankle over the knee. You can do it just here, or you can hug this shape in for a reclining pigeon posture. Wherever you are, settle in, notice where the intensity is, and see if you can breathe through it. Inhaling and exhaling. It's not about ignoring sensation. It's about being aware of it and working with it. Seeing if you can use that calming breath to calm the nervous system and settle into this position. Gently using the hands, we're going to walk up, shift the weight into the right hip. We're taking full pigeon or just a cross-leg position. If you can, we're stacking the legs all the way. If this is not accessible today, just cross the legs crisscross. From here, I want you to take those side bends we began in class today. This time it's a little bit more intense if you've chose the full stacked position. Just side bending one direction, doesn't matter which way you chose. And then go up and over the other way. Sitting tall, you're welcome to just stay seated here if this feels like a good position for your body. If you're ready to walk forward, you can go ahead, walk those hands out, relax the torso down, and breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing yourself to notice where you're feeling sensation. Noticing if there's any body parts that aren't currently being stretched, like your arms, your head, neck. And see if you can let those parts relax. Surrender anything that's not feeling a stretch. That's going to help the areas that are being stretched. And then gently walking yourself back on up from wherever you are. Gently uncrossing the legs and finding your way back into your all four position. We'll start with the lizard pose on the second and last side. Left foot steps forward to the outside of the hands. Toes can be flared open slightly. Again, you're welcome to stay on the hands or hands on blocks. You can also go down to the forearms and take it a little deeper. If you can, the head can relax forward here and just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Noticing the difference between the sides. Feeling gravity. Take your body deeper into the floor. Try to not resist gravity. Try to give into it. On the next exhale, gently walk up to the hands. Heel toe that left foot over to the right wrist. Flexing that foot, lowering the knee down, finding your half pigeon second side. Lifting the torso if you can to find more space through that spine and then relaxing forward. Again, you know your options. If you prefer, you could take this on your back, ankle over the knee in that figure four-like position, taking the reclining pigeon instead. Just breathing in any option that opens your hips here and breathe. Again, as you stay, notice as intensity arises, noticing what your mind chatter is saying. Seeing if you can release. Give your body permission to go deeper into the stretch, telling your body it's safe to surrender into gravity. Gently using the hands, guiding yourself up and sitting in to that left hip, swinging that right leg around. Again, this can be a full stacked full pigeon position or just a cross-legged position with the right leg in front. Again, we'll go through those side bends that we did at the beginning of class, just moving through them. Trying to keep the sits bones on the floor wherever you are. And then go ahead sitting up tall. You're welcome to stay upright if this feels like a good position for you. You're also welcome to walk the hands out and relax the torso forward if that feels available. And breathe wherever you are. Surrendering to gravity. Allowing both hips to open and the torso to soften. Go ahead, gently walk on up. Uncross your legs. Find your way back onto your back. We'll finish with a little spinal twist and happy baby. Once you're on your back, hug your right knee into your chest, stretch your left leg long, and just squeeze that thigh towards you. Using your left hand, guide that left leg across the body, right arm out to the side, and gently look away from the knee and breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowing the breath down. And again, thinking back to the beginning of class when we did the three-part breathing. As you twist, can you feel the breath in all three parts of the spine, the low back, the mid back, and that upper back? On your next exhale, gently come back through center. Give yourself one more squeeze. Switching out the legs, hugging that left knee in, stretching that right leg long. Give it a squeeze towards your chest. Right hand guides that left leg across the body, left arm out to the side, looking away from the knee here. And breathe, inhale. Exhale. Again, tapping into that three-part breathing, noticing if the breath is fully going through all three parts of the spine. Using the exhale to empty and twist deeper. Gently coming back to center. Hug both knees in. You can rock yourself side to side. Option to take a moment in happy baby here. If you want to reach for outside or inside of the feet. And just take your time. Any last little things you need here for your body. And then settling into the floor into a Shavasana position. Arms and legs away from the body. Settling in. Allowing the body to really sink into the floor. We'll do a body scan, starting with the top of the head. Noticing the top of the head, the weight of the skull surrendering into the floor. Noticing your muscles of your face, your forehead, your eyes, your jaw. Noticing your neck and throat. Noticing the tops of the shoulders, down the arms, elbows, wrists, hands, and fingers. Noticing your chest. Noticing the ribs and upper back expand and contract with each breath. You can feel that breath go into the side of the body, into the spine, into the belly and the low back, allowing gravity to take you deeper into your mat. Noticing your hips, letting the weight of the bones just settle into the mat, into the floor, supported by the earth. Allowing your legs, knees, ankles, feet, and toes to completely surrender into the ground, into the earth. And staying here in a nice restful Shavasana. As you stay, your mind might wander off, it might start to chatter. Just gently guide that mind back to the breath, focusing your mind on your breath, and being present, surrendering into this moment of relaxation. Go ahead, start to deepen that breath. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhaling, sighing it out. Gently start to wiggle fingers and the toes. Gently rock the head side to side. Feel on the arms up overhead. Create lots of space between the fingers and the toes. And then as relaxed as you can, roll your body to one side, finding a fetal position to rest for a moment. Feeling the bones settling into this position and resting. Gently using your hands, only as much energy as needed. Press yourself up, find a comfortable seated posture, keeping a downward gaze or eyes closed. Flip the palms, face the ceiling, taking the pointer fingers under the thumbs, feeling the energy connected through the whole body, and the earth, up through the soles of the feet, through the sits bones, top of the head. Take a big inhale in and hold. Exhale, side out, let it go. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.